Recording. Okay, so this is our power hour. It's just me and Ashley, and we are going to rock it. Okay, so I did this live in our group yesterday, and if you guys didn't catch it, I'm going to kind of go through the same thing, and I am going to save this and upload it to YouTube. So when you guys are doing your power hour, you can feel free to do mine. Otherwise, I just YouTubed and Googled other coaches' power hours. Micah Folsom is a coach that I really admire. She has really great videos on how she connects. And that is something I'm super passionate about because although we're connecting and we're inviting and we're following up and having all these conversations, I just love having those genuine relationships and building trust with my people. So she does a really great job. I pretty much model what she does, and I'm going to share with you guys that today. But first, I am going to show you the Success Club activity tracker, the digital one that is now in our back office. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so you have to log into coach.teambeachbody.com and you go to grow my business in daily activity trackers. So you can do the paper one. I am a pen and paper kind of girl, but I have a little bit different of a tracker. It's very similar, but this is the Make Chic Happen Planner. And girl, if you want to get this, it is so, like, I am obsessed with Melanie Mitro and Katie Ersta. Like, someone told me along the way, listen to their podcast and listen to the earliest one and work your way up. And I have done that because both of these ladies are very, very successful Team Beachbody coaches. Melanie was actually the top coach in the network multiple times, and now they've kind of branched out and they help other people get their business started, whether it's network marketing or just businesses in general. So I actually went ahead and bought this because after listening to their podcasts and kind of implementing what they've said, my business has grown so much. I think it's like $35 on Amazon, and it is gold. Like, everything that I teach, share, and do is in here. So this business activity tracker is basically a simplified version of what's in here. So whichever you end up choosing, as long as you find a way to track your conversations, trust me, you guys, it's huge because I didn't track for a very long time and I would let conversations slip through the cracks, and you don't want to do that. Learn from my mistakes. So, okay. So the first thing is, these are our 4 vital behaviors. If you guys haven't seen these yet, so we have be proof the products work, connect, invite, follow up, which is what we're going to focus on right now in this power hour. Getting people results and personal development. So today I did my workout, drank my Shakeology, so I can check those off. Bam. Super exciting. Personal development. So about 15 minutes a day, you guys should be engaging in some sort of reading, podcast. Honestly, this was hard for me to get in the beginning. And once I started, I became like a PD addict, whether it's personal or professional. I always have like YouTube playing. I always have a podcast going or something when I'm folding laundry, when I'm getting lunch ready or dinner ready. This is something that's so easy to let slip through the cracks, but I'm telling you, your mindset is what's going to drive you to your goals, and liquid gold as well. So I'm going to check that off. Oh, and then getting people results. This is huge as well. We're not going to go into this right now. But I always say, like, the meat and potatoes of this business is having conversations, connecting, inviting, and following up. But the work doesn't begin until after someone signs up. So once you get somebody to sign up and commit with you, you're working with them and you're helping them get on a program. You want them to see results, kind of like you guys have, and get them, feeling good, getting them on their shakes, recognizing their achievements, because if they fall in love with their journey, they're more likely to stick around too. And that's going to be really good for you as you're building up your profile and showcasing to other people that, hey, I'm here in this, I'm doing it for real, I'm helping people get results. That's just going to help you guys snowball and just keep rocking your business. But for now, we're going to focus on the part where we're going to have conversations. So I'm thinking we'll do 20 minutes of connections, we'll do 15 minutes of invites and 15 minutes of follow-ups. But before we do that, I am going to take about 10 minutes in the beginning. And if you guys like haven't posted at all to your story yet, or if you haven't posted your post for the day or a call to action. I know for us, we have a free group that we're starting next week, which is our self-love group. I'm actually working on some graphics right now that I can send out to you guys so you can put them in your stories. So I'm going to take 10 minutes to finish up that and also upload my workout clips because I haven't done that yet. So if you haven't posted, you need to come up with some wording. We're going to take about 10 minutes before we dive into connecting, inviting, and following up. So I'm going to put myself on mute. And what I do is I set my little timer on my phone because this keeps me on track. Otherwise, I could get sucked into making graphics for like an hour. And then I'm like, crap, where did my time go? And you don't want to do that. Graphics are exciting. Posts are exciting. But again, the bulk of this business and those income producing activities are going to come from those conversations. So we're going to take about 10 minutes. If you haven't put a post up, put your post up. If you haven't put anything in your stories today, put some things in your stories. Oh, I see a little buddy back there. Hi, buddy. So cute. And we are going to hit start. And yes, with graphics, so I use Canva to make my graphics. So if you don't have that, actually, I would totally download that and start getting familiar with it. When I first started, I'm not a techie person, so I didn't really understand how to use it, but it's a really nice app to use to make your own graphics and just get familiar with it. But for the free group, I'm going to finish creating these ones and push them out to you guys. So, download that app during this time and just start posting. Go to your stories. I can even show you guys. If you've never posted your stories on Instagram before, I have mine linked up to my Facebook because I use both of them. So you go here. You guys can see that. This little plus button. Thank you for bringing that up because I think sometimes I just assume like people know and it's like, oh, I haven't done it before. Okay. So if you go onto Instagram, you'll see here post, story, reels, which that's another thing we'll get in at to another time, and live. So if you go to stories, okay, you can go here, you can scroll through your pictures and like post a picture. This is us grocery shopping earlier, so I'm gonna say shopping trip was a success. They actually did really good, so I can say that today. Yay. All right, there's that. You just push that little text button there, put some wording on, boom, add your stories, and then it'll be in there. So when you guys are flipping through, that's how you get a story up onto your page. Super easy. You could do videos, you could play around with it, have some fun, but you want to make sure you're doing about 7 to 10 stories a day. And you're doing a variety of stories. So workout clips, pics of your daily life, nutrition tips. Think about ways that you can serve and help others. And even if you don't think it's like worthy of sharing or helping someone, if you have any sort of tip or trick that you do at home, like maybe you have a really good bedtime routine down and you are just so used to your routine, you feel like it's nothing special. Like maybe take a night and share your bedtime routine and be like, hey, I have this awesome routine. I'm going to show you guys tonight how I get my little one down for bed. And then you can even put a question and say, do you guys have a bedtime routine? Yes or no. And then you can, on the next slide, put, what does your bedtime routine look like? And put a little question. Instagram likes when you use their features for engagement. So that's like just a little way that you're one, helping people, two, connecting with others, and that's just going to build your bank for people that you can invite to this opportunity too. So we're going to take this next 10 minutes and we're going to post to our stories and get to work. So I'm going to mute myself and here we go. All right, I just made um, my graphics shareable. I just put it in the chat. Ashley, if you want to use those and download those, you can edit them or tweak them, but it's for our free group. So feel free to use those and post those on your story. I put them on the team page too. So Okay, I got like one more minute. I gotta finish this up. I feel like. And then we'll keep going. All right. Oops, I wasn't on mute. So now we're gonna switch gears. This is the part that's like hard. It's like, okay, now we gotta switch and we are going to dive into initiating connections and expanding our network. So you guys can do this on Facebook or Instagram, whatever platform you're using. Couple tips that I use for Facebook is I am actually a part of a couple groups, and I don't know if you guys are too, like any local groups or pages that you participate in that are not related to Beachbody at all. So I'm in a group that's called September 2020 Moms because I just had a baby and a lot of our babies were due and born in September. So I'm in there a lot and I am engaging with the community, making connections and building relationships from there. So if I wanted to take some time, I could go on there and, go through, make some comments, make my own post, or, just engage with other people. And then what I do is I have actually started to build relationships with people on there. So I'll go through and look at like the people that are on there that are also active and engaging and look at their profile, kind of browse it real quick and see like, oh, okay, like she's a mom of 3. Like it looks like someone that I could connect with and I would request to add her on Facebook. So that's one way you could do it. You can go through and add a bunch of people that way. And then each day you can kind of look at different groups, or even if you have your spouse or your mom or a really good friend that's a friend of yours on Facebook, you can go to their friends list and start looking through and say like, oh, okay, that's somebody that I know, or, oh, that's somebody that my husband went to high school with and they used to be friends. Like I will go through and add those people. And that's how you're going to start building your connections. And this is something that needs to be done every single day. So I can give you a number where you can say, okay, I'm going to add 5 people a day, and you can do that. What I preferably like to do is I set my timer. So I do like 20 minutes and I say, okay, I'm going to go through and connect for as long as I can, as much as I can for 20 minutes, so that I'm not setting myself up. I'm not setting that bar low, if that kind of makes sense. Because for me, if I set the bar at 5, I say, okay, I'm done. I'm going to do something else. Like I know I could have done more in a bigger chunk of time. So I usually just set my timer. I just kind of start going, but I pick a place that I'm going to connect from. So whether I'm going to somebody else's friend list or whether I'm going to like one of those groups that I typically engage in. We also have a couple other like local moms groups that I'm in, and I will go on there sometimes and I'll build my connections in those groups. So make sure you just have like a couple of those groups or pages where you are an active member of, that you can start engaging and connecting with people about something else, because those are the people that you're going to relate to. And eventually, if you end up being their friend and they see your page and it's something that they're interested in, like they're going to want to join you because they have that relationship with you. Same thing on Instagram, except instead of like groups, I go to pages. So there's a couple pages where I connect a lot with people that have done Weight Watchers, because for me personally, I did Weight Watchers years ago. So I go to those pages and I connect on those bigger feeds. And then I'll start looking at the people that have commented and we'll go to their page. And the same thing, if it looks like somebody that I would genuinely want to be friends with in real life, like I do the like 3 to 6 likes on a picture and a comment. Like that's my system. So I'll go to their page, I'll like 3 to 6 pictures, and then I comment on one with a genuine comment. So it's something that I would legitimately say to that person. And this is how you're going to expand your network so that you never run out of people to invite. So often I hear people say like, "Oh, I invited all my friends and family. I have no one else to invite." And then your business comes to a standstill. That's why connecting is so important and expanding, because you're constantly filling up that bucket and building new relationships every day so that you never run out of people to invite. So we are going to take about, I usually do 20 minutes, but just for time's sake, let's go ahead and do 15 minutes. And if you need any help at all, you can just like shoot a comment here. And then if you guys are catching the replay of this, you can send a message or post it on our team page, because I know there are multiple working coaches and they may have different methods that they use. This is just what I use. But we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And today, I'm actually going to be doing my connecting on Facebook. I've been doing a lot on Instagram lately, so I'm going to be going to Facebook into some of my groups that I'm engaged in and build some connections and add some people on there. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes and let's start adding some friends. Okay. I'm gonna stop connecting. Oh, got the baby joining us now. Can you say hi? Okay, so now I'm gonna go on to invites, and I find inviting off of a list is huge. Now, last night we had our Emerald call, so if you guys are looking to go Emerald this week and join our raffle, we are giving away a $50 credit towards our Fit Team shop, so you guys can get some swag if you hit Emerald by tomorrow night at 11:59. So if you haven't made your list of 10 people yet that you are going to talk about this opportunity with and see if they can be your plus one on your other legs so you can hit Emerald, I would do that now and invite those people. um, I actually have goals too, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I am going to be inviting to my free week the rest of the week and over the weekend. But since you guys are going to be asking people about the coaching opportunity, I'm going to take the time and write a list of 10 people that I'm going to talk to as well and go Emerald with you guys again. So if we take about, we'll do like 5 minutes or so to make that list. And then I'm actually going to write in the comments the message that I'm going to be sharing to my people. And you guys can feel free to use that. So let's take those first 5 minutes. And I'm actually going to close my screen real quick so that I can feed this baby and put her on mute. So 5 minutes to make our list, and then we'll come back on. right, did we get our list down of 10? 5? That's good. Okay. We'll do 5. And then after, we're going to invite now. And I sent you a personal message of what I'm going to send to my best friend in the whole world that I haven't asked yet, which is terrifying. But it's just genuine from the heart. So you can take it, tweak it, depending on the relationship that you have with that person. I have about 10 here. So it's going to look slightly different for all of them. I have a couple people that are using the products and loving them that I think would be awesome to have on my team. And then I also have family members that I have not asked at all yet. So I'm in this with you guys. So we are going to take the next 10 minutes to send these invites. You guys can put some music on, do some positive self talk. And I have to always remind myself the worst thing that can happen is they say no. The best thing that can happen is 5 of them say yes, which would be huge for you. So, okay, we're going to do 10 minutes. All right, that was 10 minutes. How many did you get? I gotta check off this one. I've got 8 out of the 10 done. So I'm gonna send those super duper quick. And then I'm actually gonna pop off. Okay. Little baby goose. Okay. So then the next thing on the activity tracker after invites would be doing follow-ups. So any conversations or any invites that you sent out the day before, maybe they didn't get to them yet, going through your inbox, you would take about 10-15 minutes to do that. This one's getting a little cranky and we have to go pick up your big sissy kind of soon. So I'm actually going to wrap this power hour up just a tad early, but what I would do is set another 15 minutes. And if I don't get it done now, I will do it later and stop probably tonight, like before bed. I'll just go through real quick and go through all of my messages. And then for people that I invited the day before, I will look, okay, let's see who didn't respond or maybe the last week. And I'll just go through, follow up with them. Usually if they didn't respond, I'll just send like, I hope my message didn't offend you. I hope you're having a great day, or something along the lines of like, oh, I hope you got my last message. And then thank you for continuing to support me on here. Something along those lines works just fine. A lot of the times I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. They probably just got busy. I usually get busy and miss messages all the time. So I feel like 90% of the time people are like, oh yeah, sorry, I just didn't get back to this, blah, blah, blah. And if they keep ghosting you, but they keep watching your stories and they keep liking your stuff, definitely like make sure you're going to their page and engaging with them on if they're posting anything. If they're not, sending messages that are totally on Beachbody related, just to start building that relationship with them. Because if they're watching and they are liking on a consistent basis, they're probably wondering something. So make sure you're doing your job as well, engaging back with people that you're having conversations with outside of Beachbody, so that you're fostering and building those relationships and making new friends every day. Honestly, our job is really just like becoming a professional friend maker, which is super cool because I feel like every day I'm meeting someone that I'm like, oh my gosh, if it weren't for social media, I wouldn't have this person. And now they're like my virtual bestie. So, okay. Do you have any questions for me? I am actually going to stop recording so I can upload this.